I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Mark, chapter 2, and let's focus on verses 27 and 28. He told them the Sabbath was made because of man, and not man because of the Sabbath. Therefore, the Son of Man is Lord, even of the Sabbath. One of the main arguments that religious Jewish people have against Christians is that Christians profane the Sabbath. Because in the Jewish mind, not only do most Christians recognize a different day of worship, but Christians also have lost touch with the Hebraic understanding of how to observe the Sabbath, at least in the mindset of the Jewish community. And sadly, most Jewish people have no idea that there are congregations of Messianic believers, Jewish people who meet every Shabbat, and there are thousands of Jewish believers in the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus. So most of the Jewish community only has the church as their example. And perhaps you've heard the old saying, it's an old Jewish saying, ask 5 rabbis, get 10 opinions. Not all rabbis even agree on how to observe the Sabbath. There are Orthodox Jews, you have ultra-Orthodox, you have conservative Jews and Reformed Jews, and then there are various strains and sects of each of those. And in the more religious homes, the Sabbath controls your life. On the Sabbath, for instance, in an ultra-Orthodox home, everything is required to be turned off. Refrigerators, an elevator in a building, clocks, nothing is allowed to work on Shabbat. But among religious Jews, there are also dissenting opinions. For instance, in the Talmud, which is a collection of rabbinic commentaries on the Bible, while commenting on Exodus 31, a rabbi named Yonatan ben Yosef said, the Shabbat is holy unto you, that is, it is committed into your hands, not you into its hands. Sounds pretty much like what Jesus was saying. And there's a similar passage which is attributed to a rabbi named Shimon ben Minyasa. So the debate concerning men's dominion over the Sabbath versus the Sabbath's dominion over man, it's not exclusively between Jews and Christians. It's actually contested even among religious Jews. Now, David Stern, in his Jewish New Testament commentary, David Stern being a Jewish believer in Jesus, he has a Jewish New Testament commentary, and he makes this observation. He says, it may be, therefore, that Yeshua, Jesus' comment in verse 28, that the Son of Man is Lord of the Shabbat, does not refer only to himself, but to everyone. Since the Hebrew words translate as Son of Man are Ben Adam, and they can also mean simply a man, or a person with no messianic overtone. He says it can be translated, people control the Sabbath and not the other way around. Now consider what the Apostle Paul wrote to the church in Colossae in Colossians 2, verses 16 and 17. Therefore, no one is to act as your judge in regarding to food or to drink, or in respect to a festival of a new moon or of a Sabbath day, things which are a mere shadow of what is to come, but the substance belongs to the Messiah. So regardless of the day that a person deems to be the Sabbath, right? Some worship on Friday, some might worship on Saturday, some worship on Sunday. But regardless, we are the stewards of the Sabbath and not the other way around. For practical reasons, God gave us the Sabbath to force us to rest and to focus on Him. The Sabbath also points us to the eternal rest that all believers will one day enter into, along with the Messiah Jesus in the kingdom to come. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And your giving to Groundworks Ministries transforms lives. Would you consider making a donation to Groundworks Ministries today? We need your monthly support now more than ever. And doing so is secure and easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. You know, another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. Share these podcasts with your friends and family. and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.